What's up YouTube, back with another video, and today I got a mid-range tutorial for y'all. My last few gameplays I've been playing through the mid-range a lot and practicing certain shots that you can create out these mid-range ISO situations other than just post fades, and you can create some pretty crazy shots. So I'm gonna go over how you can do some of these shots, as well as a couple badges and attributes you should be on the lookout for, and also ways you can set up your offense in order to put yourself in these mid-range ISO situations. So with that being said, let's get into it. So as far as badges and attributes you want to be on the lookout for, you want to have somebody that has a really high mid-range. So Luca, he has a 99 mid-range, and that's pretty much it. Everything else doesn't really matter too much. And the badges, you want somebody that has a space creator. Most of these shots you need space creator. Like some shots towards the end, you like is MIDDY magician. So like for post fades and dribble pull-ups, you need MIDDY magician. But for like a lot of these different hop shots and step backs and like a lot of shots that I've been doing in the recent videos and in this video, you need space creator. So be on the lookout for those two badges, and obviously all these other badges add up, and you know they're important too. You know, like volume shooter, blinders, dead eye, green machine, guard up, you know, they're all good, but space creator is the badge, as well as MIDDY magician are the two badges that you really want to have. And we are on Hall of Fame. You can make these shots on Hall of Fame pretty easily. I practice these shots on Hall of Fame all the time against CPU, just in freestyle by myself. You can make these shots at a really consistent rate on Hall of Fame. So in order to do these shots, it's really three things you need to keep in mind. The first thing is you need to have a live dribble. So when you catch the ball, don't dribble the ball. You still need to have that live dribble. The second thing is depends on like your body positioning. So when you have the ball right here in the post like this, I'm holding LT, and you can flick the left analog up, down, left or right to like change like where your body's positioned. So if I flick up, I'll be here. If I flick to the right, I'll be in the face up. If I flick down, I'll be here. And if I flick left again, it'll go back to like the original position. And the third thing is like the direction that you're going into when you shoot the ball. So like you see me do like this face up, step back a lot right here. So like I'll face up. You can flick, you know, the right analog like this. You see me do this just to like throw out a little fake. Also, if you're in this position right here, you could flick up on the right analog to do the face up as well. So you could flick left on the, you could flick right on the left analog or up on the right analog and do the face up. And you'll see me do this right here. I'll face up. I'll probably throw out a fake, and then I'll take that shot. So in order to do that, I face up, and then from here I'll pull down on the left analog because that's the direction that I want to go into, and then I tap X to start the animation, and then I hold to actually start shooting. So it'll look like this. If I'm in a face up position and I hold left, I'll do like a little sidestep. And you'll see me do that a few times in certain videos as well. Now right here, I'll face up and I hold up. Like I could do that. So I never actually did that move against a person before. I never do that one. I usually just do like the shots. But I don't know, maybe in certain situations you could find it useful, especially like maybe if you have somebody that's like really strong and they have bully. Like you can probably just like do this and bully people and get to the rim. So I actually haven't tried that, but that's also like a possibility. And again, this time if I do the face up and I hold right, I get a drop step animation. So that's also a possibility too. I've never done that one neither against somebody, but you can do that. But I usually just stick to the shots. So like I'll probably throw out a fake, and with that, then boom, little side step shot. And that's basically what all these shots are. It's just different combinations of like where you're positioned and then the direction that you go in. So like for this shot right here, people have asked me how I do this shot right here. It's basically the same concept. I get the ball, you know, I'm holding LT. This time I flick down on the left analog to get right here. And then I'll hold my left analog to the left and then tap and hold shoot to get that animation right there. And, you know, sometimes you see me do step back from here as well. So I'll get right here. I'll flick down on the left analog, hold down, and I get like a step back. The animation is slightly different from like the face up step back, but same concept. Right here, I hold down, I flick down. You can push up, and then you'll get a drop step. And again, flick down on the left analog. You can flick down again to like throw out a little fake, and then if I hold right, I'll get that. I don't usually, like I said, I don't usually do those or the drop steps. I just do like the step back shots and like the spinning shots. So like I'll get the ball right here. Sometimes like I'll face up, I'll throw out a fake, I'll get right here, and then boom, hit him with this step back. So again, I'm in a post, but this time I flick up so I could get right here, and then I hold down and I get that like little spin hop, that little spin hop shot right there. So again, I'm in a post, and then I flick up to get here, then I hold left and I get that shot right there. Again, I'm in the post, I flick up, this time I go right, I'll get a drop step, lay, and then again right here, this time I go up. You can do that move. So, and yeah, that's basically how you do most of these shots. It's just, you know, getting into freestyle or practice and just messing around with different combinations to find, you know, combinations that you like. Obviously, once you like get the hang of it and like you know which like position and which direction you need to go in to do whatever shot that you want to do, then from there you can like start throwing fakes, and then like switch, jabs, some of this, got him, stuff like that. And the same thing goes on the right side. I personally like being on the left more, but the right side is pretty much the same thing. It's just like some of the inputs are a little bit different. So like I know to get like this spin shot right here on the left side, you would flick down on the left analog and then hold the left analog towards the left. But on the right side, you'll flick to the right and then hold down to do that. The right side, I mean, it's the same concept. It's just like the actual position that you need to be in might be a little bit different. So just like I said, just mess around with certain combinations and learn which, you know, combination does which shot. You can also do some shots without even holding whatever direction you want to go into. Just double tap X or square if you're on PlayStation. So right here, I'm just like in like the normal starting position, and I could just double tap X and do like this little post fade. For these shots, you need MIDDY Magician. For the other shots, you need Space Creator. But for these shots where you just like don't do anything and double tap X, you just need MIDDY Magician. So right here, like again, I could flick down, like get right here, throw out a fake, and then I get this animation right here. Again, this time I'm in a face up. Then you get this like little spin shot right here. Just double tap X. You don't need to hold in any direction or anything. And then from here, if I flick up, I'll get here, and then do that. So those shots you need MIDDY Magician. But yeah, don't need to hold the left analog in any direction. You can just double tap the shoot button and then take your shot. I haven't practiced that with like a lot of different players. You know, different players might have slightly different animations. So just like I said, get in freestyle, get in practice, and just test out, you know, certain combinations. So now I'm gonna get into a couple things that you can do in order to set your offense up so that you can put yourself in these mid-range ISO situations more often. You could just come up the court and call for post up every play, but I usually use a series. I've used the mellow series as well as the post mismatch series, and they both have their pros and cons. I kind of lean towards the post mismatch series though, because in the mellow series it does have high post ups, but they also have perimeter isolations too. Sometimes I just don't be wanting those. I just be wanting the post ups, and the post ups sometimes they will like bring you too far away from the rim. So like when you do a lot of these step backs or like these spin shots or whatever, you end up like a little bit too far away. Sometimes you'll end up behind the 3-point line, which it's not necessarily bad. You can still make those shots, but you just make the shots like a little harder than they just needed to be. But the mellow series does have a lot better spacing for the most part. So like if people like be double teaming you, it might be the better option. But I personally like the post mismatch series better because all of the plays will have you in the post. And even if they push you like off the block a little bit, it doesn't really matter because you'll still be within range to do a lot of these shots that I just went over. And the plays themselves are pretty good. The spacing isn't as good, but the actions are good. So you'll have plays where you'll have shooters running off a screen, so you could potentially get some threes. You might get a couple backdoor cuts here and there. And this is the one that I've been using more often recently. Now, if you're in my career, I don't think you can run series in my career, so you can't do that. And if you're in my team, if you run a series, it might not run for the player that you wanted to run for. And I don't think you can't change a player's priorities in my team. So my team gets a little tricky with running series. But if you play now or my league and you want to run one of these series, you just have to make sure like the player that you want to run it for has the right priorities. So like if I was to run a post mismatch series for Luka, I would just make sure that he has either guard post up or post up high, post up low. Guard post up works fine, and then make sure that like nobody else has one of these priorities. So post up low, I'll probably just take this off Dwight Powell, just give him something else or put none, and so that every time one of the plays in this series runs, it'll run for Luka. So right here, I'm gonna just go for the post mismatch series, and basically every time up the court, Luka is gonna get some kind of post up.
And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Doncic. They just worked San Antonio in that last game, and that one is good.
First point of the night.
And yeah, we still in Hall of Fame. So I mean, if you do this against the computer, they will eventually start to double you and everything. The computer never lets you really have any fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, I hope you enjoy. I hope this helped you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.